Hey there everybody, it's markcrilley. I'm back with another video. This is part two of a two-part series showing my drawings from high school. Now the first one I did was quite a long time ago, maybe like a couple of years now. But here we are with the second and sadly probably final batch of such illustrations. I don't have very many more from my high school years. But this one that you're looking at is a study of an illustration by M.C. Escher. The great graphic artist, and as you can see, I never did finish it. It's remains unfinished, sadly, at the top there. I'm kind of glad that I saved this because I think it is one of my better pieces from that time, and I just wanted you all to see this. Those of you who have never done a study of a great artist's work, that is to say, a copy of an illustration or a painting, I think it's well worth doing. I've learned an awful lot of what I know today by doing such studies of artwork by the great masters. Now this is a drawing of, I believe, the lead singer for the Psychedelic Furs, which is a little funny because I was not like hugely into the Psychedelic Furs. I mean, I didn't dislike them, but it certainly wasn't one of my big bands in high school. But I think what happened is I just had a photo of the guy and I thought he looked cool. So that's probably why I sat down and did this drawing. Now this is pretty typical of my cartooning style at the time, and of course you can see Popeye, oh my gosh, as well as this freaky looking guy saying, have some wine, won't you? And he's still got the poison package in his hand, little skull and crossbones floating away from the wine glass. What can I say? I had a kind of a weird sense of humor. I thought you all might get a kick out of this one. This is my attempt at one of these images. I know Salvador Dali has done these where, it's trying to combine the image of a face with a landscape, sort of trying to hide the image in there. I didn't do too many of these, maybe just one or two of them. It's an interesting challenge, and who knows, maybe I can try again to do such an illustration one of these days. Here's a weird random drawing that I came across, having this old sort of caveman type character speaking in some weird language that even I can't read. Gorgazak! Who knows? Maybe, if I ever run out of characters, I'll just come back and start reviving these old ones. This one is really quite disturbing. I'm almost embarrassed to show it, but at some point I did this drawing. Support your local mafia. With this guy wearing the concrete shoes sinking to his doom at the bottom of the river. Just to be clear, I do not encourage you to support your local mafia. I would just steer clear of them. Don't get involved with them, people. It is not a good idea. This is a drawing of a little baby that I did back then for some reason, and I'm pretty sure it's almost entirely copied from a photo, which is not a bad way of practicing. You can learn a lot, really, doing careful studies from photos. Another strange, random illustration I did at that time. The beast from 63,408 feet beneath the earth. I like the line here. Coming very soon indeed. I just really can't explain what I was doing with this. I just, well, look at the helicopter. I came up with a sound effect there. Thup, thup, thup. Who knows? Maybe this is my next graphic novel series. You saw it here. The Beast from 63,408 feet beneath the earth. Here's a page of sketches that I created using a book on how to draw animals. Sort of occurs to me that, back then I was using a how to draw book, and now all these years later I get to actually make how to draw books. So kind of a wonderful feeling of things having come full circle for me. Yet another strange random character I created, Doug the Dropout. Hey! What do you think, guys? Maybe this one has potential. You guys would buy a book about Doug the Dropout, wouldn't you? Huh? No? Any takers? I wonder how many of you will actually catch this reference here as we zoom in this one line. I wish I was in Tijuana eating barbecued iguana. Yes, the immortal words of Mexican radio by, what was that band? Wall of Voodoo. Wall of Voodoo. Here's another weird one. Isn't this just about the most clever drawing you've ever seen? Probably not, but here's the one that really disturbs me. Support your local library. Burn down an art museum. People, I had a very twisted sense of humor back then. I just can't explain it. I used to experiment a lot with sort of a scribbly drawing style back in those days, and it's sort of interesting to see how I tried to achieve an effect of a drawing mainly done with very scribbly looking lines, and maybe that's something I can return to for, who knows, maybe my next Q&A video I'll do the scribbly challenge. Well, as I did last time, I thought I'd end with just one drawing from my college years, another self-portrait. I must have been really into self-portraits back then. But I may well do a video of just my drawings from my college years. I have a number of those. But that'll have to wait for another day. So until then, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be back with another one real soon.